seeking legal action to compel him to act. We're just putting a notice in. And so then, I hear my colleagues, and they're, I'm confused by why they're so willing to look the other way in a situation where it just seems so clear to me, where there's a potential safety issue, there's a knowledgeable breach of the rules, and there's an unwillingness to do anything to rectify it, and we're imposing the least intrusive measure. And Mr. Harris referenced that he was represented for a time by Mr. Sager, and it appears to me that they're close. So I was Googling Mr. Harris because I was interested, just who he was, and he's an executive at a financial firm, but one of the Google results that came up was Mr. Sager's campaign donation sheet. And it turned out that there's 5 Harrises that made the maximum donation to Mr. Sager for the 2018 election, to the tune of $1,200 each, $6,000. And that's more than one of every $8 he raised. And so then I thought, okay, now it's starting to link, because the councillors who are voting against this and trying to give Mr. Harris a break are ones that are allied with Mr. Sager. So they've
to be very careful.
I can only surmise that there's some discussions.
Way off.
And don't you say anything on me like that.
No, I'm just.
You know damn well that's wrong.
Well, it may
Councillor
be wrong.
Soprovich, Councillor Cameron, just be careful about the
You
motives.
weren't allied at the last election, but others on council were allied with Mr. Sager. So the point is, we have to have one rule that applies for everyone. We can't have people who know people and have connections or have money buy their way out of ignoring the rules. It's a bedrock principle of our system. And the minute we start allowing exceptions for people that are connected, or for people that can afford to hire lawyers, and we back down and they just refuse to work with our staff, is the minute the system breaks down. So I actually think this is quite,
question. Point of
I'm not suggesting anything other than.
Okay, Councillor Lambert, you have a point of order?
Yeah. Call the question.
That's not a point of order, Councillor Lambert.
Yeah, so anyway, I think
I finished what I'm saying. The optics of this are not good, and I don't know what to think about it. But I'm
all right. So
quite frankly, interested in what you think about it. So
let's call the question then on this.
I need to respond to some of that before we call the question, because what's totally clear here is actually the bias that's driving this and supporting this. You know more about Graham Harris than I could even want to know. Googling the guy, and how you can determine alliances and motivation is exactly what I don't understand about you, Councillor Cameron, how you draw these assumptions. And that's all they are. They're not facts. They're just assumptions by little pieces of information you put together that have nothing to do with the reality. If it's a flaw to visit a site and actually get a visual of what's going on, to talk to the professionals who worked around there, well, then I must be the worst counselor on board, because it's my job to understand it better. And if I can't reconcile the logic in my mind, I will ask staff questions. And that's not